See what I did today. All right. As usual, we are going to just take a few seconds to um, be mindful, right? To ground. So the chanting, the kirtan, of course, creates a subtle vibration, right? That's the philosophy of yoga. That there's things that we might not be able to touch or sense with our five gross sense organs, but there we have some subtle organs as well, equal to the five gross sense organs. And then, but so we can actually feel, we can actually sense some of that, and doesn't mean that we have to, doesn't mean that we are constantly engaging on those, but when we do, we have these senses of, of understanding and feeling things that are more subtle than just what we hear externally. And so sound vibration on its own has a power that is also grounding. But as we as we understand now lately, although this is a science that has been created, and comes as an understanding that comes from millennia, especially the yoga philosophy. But we understand with science now that our brain needs to have awareness and to have a connection. We live constantly in this bifurcation of worlds, right? We seldom, I should say, or I seldom connect to my body as I should. So as the brain lives mostly in the reactionary part of it, in the very uh, brainstem portion of that, where we are just living and reacting, and somebody crosses the road and we are just upset about it and we react tremendously, or we live in this world where we are just, reacting emotionally to things rather than just having awareness or consciousness into the frontal lobe, into that very part of the brain that is the one that creates and regulates and understands things. So the brain sometimes need to also have time to connect. And so what does it feel like to be aware of the environment that people might come in uh, through our yoga practice, that people might be moving in different ways, that I might not be able to do things that I expect my body to do, that I'm going to think about things that are external to my yoga practice and be distracted by those things. So, how does it feel to first create that safe space and safe environment, and not an expectation that I'm going to be this whatever is that we expect our body or our mind or ourselves to be? And can we allow ourselves to just that room for forgiveness, not only for myself, but for the maybe environment around us? And so we are easy to judge and easy to start looking around, and not only to our physical body and judging it itself, but to the people around us. So creating a sense of gracefulness, creating a sense of gentleness, creating a sense of forgiveness for self or others is hugely important into having that mindset of presence, of gentleness. And at the same time, to create an awareness of uh, availability of our physical body to connect physically to the things that are around us, meaning our sense organs. So, what does it feel like for me to just sit? To sit on my yoga mat, not to be on the edge, not to be in this expectation of all this whatever scary yoga class might happen in the next few minutes, but actually to sit back without expecting anything, right? As we've said many times, expectation of things is what creates a perfect recipe for failure or disappointment or frustration. So expecting something out of anybody or even ourselves is really not a healthy place to start. Can we start in a place of openness, of intention? So what is my intention? What is it that I bring, or what I is it that I carry with me as I bring myself into a yoga mat into an orange room, virtual or physical for the ones who are watching us, can I feel my legs in the most comfortable position? And that means I can switch them and change positions. I can adjust and adapt to whatever my body is needing at that point, right? That's part of yoga. Yoga means to connect, to be aware, to be respectful, to be understanding of our limitations and never crossing those boundaries. So, can I soften my legs and make them in the most comfortable position? Can I soften my back and can I feel what that feels? Can I check for a few seconds what is my back feeling today? What are my shoulders carrying with them today? How are they physically feeling? Are they tense? Are they carried? Do we even Are we even aware to pay attention, or how do we pay attention to the shoulders? Can I drop them a little bit farther down from the ears as I exhale? My chest sinks in a little bit, and my shoulder muscles gently relax that way. And can I feel my clavicle, my throat, and my tongue, and my lips also soften at the same time? So I don't have to say things or hold things in my throat or hold and just swallow things that are tough, but allowing ourselves to maybe open my voice and open my throat. And again, with that sense of forgiveness and gracefulness, listen to that throat space and what is it? What is the voice that I have within me today? Can I feel my heart? Can I feel my heart muscle? How fast or slow? Is it rhythmic? Can I allow it to find its own pace? What are the things I'm carrying with me in my heart? What does that mean to me? Can I allow myself for a few seconds to listen to myself breathing? And so, where are my hands? I check again. Where are my feet? And are my legs okay? Is my back? Am I sitting on the edge of my seat, or I'm sitting back? And can I feel my gut area also soften? And then maybe I can connect to my breathing and allow my breathing to be gentle without having to force it. Can I pay attention for a few seconds to the breath out? And that means sometimes to close my eyes. And so my eyes rest and I don't have to be entertained outwardly, but I can actually look inside. And again, if I'm focusing first on how I exhale, maybe it's just that part that I need to focus right now. How does it feel to breathe out? And how does it feel with the rest of my body when I breathe out? Regardless of how I'm inhaling at first. And then I go maybe a little bit deeper. Right now, I can feel how when I exhale, things, my body weight, things that I'm carrying with me are released. And now maybe I have room in my next breath out to truly feel my shoulders, my back, my spine, my expectations to release, my gut feeling to release. And I can focus in my inhalation. What am I bringing in when I breathe in? What am I inhaling? And am I able to open the body, open my mind? Can I allow myself to exhale and to really take things off my plate right now? Nothing I can fix right now. I am 100% dedicated to my yoga practice today. And at this moment, I inhale to bring intention. What is my intention for my yoga practice at this moment? Can I hold to that intention as I hold my breath into my lungs? And I can let, when my body tells me that I'm ready to exhale, can I release and soften and surrender things I don't have to hold on right now? And then inhale, expanding. And I surrender. And so, what are the things that come to mind when I breathe out? How does my facial expression feel? How my lips and jaw and my tongue feeling? And I observe one more time the breath that happens and enters into my body as I inhale. And can I allow my body to exhale kindly and slowly, moving parts of my body that I need to revisit? And I pause for a tiny second to really focus on the inhalation as I breathe in, breathing in through my nose where my lips are relaxed and touching. And I pause for a few seconds to really hold that intention, that energy that I brought in, that intention that I bring in with my heart, and I let everything else that still shows up like layers and layers that I'm letting go. And I continue my con- constant breath in and constant breath out throughout my entire yoga practice. And maybe my right arm is ready to move to the right side of my body. And I raise it above my head. And I let my left hand walk outside my yoga mat and then slowly reach my torso out towards the left as I lean into my hand without forcing, without raising that left shoulder, dropping the left shoulder down, and my head looks towards the left hand, looks towards the center of my chest, looks towards the right underarm, and I exhale and I feel my body sitting on my sitting bones without having to raise them. Inhaling, opening the side of my torso as I exhale and breathe. And again, the intensity of my body is absolutely mine. I do not force, I do not overdo. Doing less in yoga is always more. One inhalation slowly is not a competition. Exhale again, caring of the body, walking my left hand in as I inhale to raise the right arm up and allow my right hand to cross in front of my abdomen and cross in front of my thighs towards the left side of my body. So the right arm that was lifted now crosses towards the left side. And I hold on to my knee, my shin, my thigh, my hip, my waist, and my torso leans slowly towards the opposite direction, towards the right side, as if my forearm, my elbow, my tricep, my shoulder is touching the right side or close to the ground, and my left hand raises gently towards the sky, and the palm of the hand slowly looks towards the right side of my body, up, bending the elbow, softening the shoulder, never raising the hip. Allow your head to look towards the ground, towards the chest, towards the left underarm, and breathe into the left, right side of the body. And exhaling through the right, squeezing through the right and expanding the left, extending the intercostal muscles, the entire pectoral area, and the entire lat muscles of the left side of your body. When your body is ready, and I feel my exhalation, I can feel that my body breathes out, and there's something that just moves internally into those muscles. I hold a lot of my memories in my body, and so they naturally things will come up as I exhale and breathe them out, and then slowly, slowly through my right hand, not my left, my right arm presses into the ground and leg and raises the torso back into center, and I breathe out kindly. So both hands touch the floor, flexing my knees off the ground as wherever they were, and allow my legs to slowly hold on heels to the ground with my feet and legs parallel towards each other, my hands behind the hamstrings, my hands behind the knees, outside my thighs, behind my calves. It doesn't matter where we place them. My body will guide me, and I adjust and modify it at every point, holding my core. Maybe my legs raise a little bit off the ground and I can balance over my tailbone while my abdomen and thighs come closer towards each other. That's an option, completely irrelevant if I stay with my heels on the ground and I still feel that my torso raises up, or I can raise my heels and maybe my legs stay in this position. And maybe for some of us, we need a little bit more umph, and my legs extend gently off the ground towards the sky, and I can feel the balance as my toes are pointed, as my feet are flexed, as my shoulders are drawn away from my ears, my chest lifted up and guiding my position with my heart pointing towards the top or highest point of my body, slowly, never tensing the neck. One more time. I am still in my breath. Can I observe the same rhythm of my exhalation as I surrender all expectations, as I breathe in and extend the body, and then flexing, finding the heels coming towards the ground. If at any point I feel that I'm labored through my breathing, I've gone too far. My body doesn't need to be there. And I extend, cross, extend one leg, cross opposite leg. It doesn't matter. Find whatever is most comfortable to sit onto your yoga mat and allow my hands to slowly settle while my left hand slowly opens wide and up in a full breath. Following my inhalation, my arm opens. As I exhale, my right hand then walks towards the right side of my body and I lengthen it. And my left arm comes over the head as I expand and open the underarm. It doesn't mean that the elbow is locked. The elbow can be soft. The shoulder can be light. The extension is absolutely yours. Feel the sides of your body. Feel the muscles in between those ribs that are really important. How many times do I think about those intercostal muscles that help me breathe every day? How can I feel that my skin actually just oozes this very nice, very important protein that helps in elasticity and creates this very perfect and turgent sensation onto the cells of my dermis? Can I feel how my body and the fascia connected inside layers behind the skin? And I observe the breath. And can I be grateful that I'm able to move my left arm over my head without forcing joints or torso when my last breath empties from the gut area? Feel that your abdomen sinks and your head is placed exactly in the right place. Allow the exhalation to breathe kindly through my right hand, bringing awareness and walking my right hand and fingers up so the left arm extends towards the sky and the left arm comes gently wide around, crossing it in front of my legs, in front of my abdomen, belly, towards the right side of your body. And my hand touches the leg, hip, waist, it doesn't matter, anchors in a place that is comfortable so I can bend the left elbow, soften the forearm, the elbow, the tricep, maybe closest to the left side. Less is always more. My right hand extends and opens. And to what dimension is my right arm able to come over my head? Completely mine. Close your eyes so you can really feel or invite your body to look inwardly rather than outwardly, rather than being competitive, right? This idea from the Western world and philosophy that we have to compete. There's this space about winning, this idea about getting more and achieving, and all those things are just so anti the idea and philosophy of yoga, where we all walk at our own pace, we all respect our own intention, we all have our own experience to live, and the more one in advances into that awareness of self, the more all of us benefit on that. So when one person advances, the one person's happiness is the enjoyment and happiness of all. So our responsibility is to feel and exhale deeper and find your own yoga pose. And then kindly, as your body exhales through that left arm, the right arm and torso come back to center, using the left arm to extend, reach towards the sky through the crown, while the right arm slowly comes around and softens to the ground towards the sides of the hips. One more time. The knees roll, the hips stay on the ground, the heels stay along your yoga mat with the palms of hands onto the sides of the pelvic area, and maybe this is as far as you're going to go, and your heels come very close to your glutes and your inner thighs touching to each other while your toes are flexed and your chest raises forward while the shoulder blades roll towards each other and your heart area opens. That's just to add activity to your abdominal cavity. And it's not just the muscles of your perfect 12 pack, but all the muscles that support your organs inside your gut, inside your abdomen, your digestive system, your endocrine system, that helps all these other functions of the body. Can you find your shoulder blades? Maybe the body is ready to exhale kindly. You're not forcing your wrists or your fingers into the ground. You're finding the perfect position. Are we kind? Are we being kind in this moment to that one part of your body? Can I observe my extension when my body's ready? Allow my chin, if your neck extends and allows it, raise it towards the sky as you breathe in. Open your jaw and exhale your head behind your shoulders. And breathe out through your mouth. One of those rare moments that we breathe through your mouth. Inhale through your nose, lifting your head, and then back. Open your jaw, exaggerate Again, all those things that come from your throat and gut, breathe them out. Jaw opens widely. One more time, breathing in softly, and then exhale. Final time, deep breath in. Actuate movement through your jaw. Breathe out. Coming back slowly to the center. Allow your knees to open wide. Drop slowly the knees away from your body while the heels gently come towards the groin area and the soles of your feet gently towards each other. And you feel your inner thighs broadening while your abdomen comes supporting the torso and your hands come towards your thighs to hold your legs in position that is comfortable, that your knees are held by your hands, that your shins are held by your hands, that you're holding onto your feet, they're holding to your big toe. What are so many options that your body can reach with your fingers behind your glutes? What is the best option and most beneficial today for your body? Maybe your body is ready and you can feel your exhalation slowly supporting. Maybe it's your left arm that only stays on the ground on your legs and your right arm comes forward and up towards the sky above the shoulders so you can feel your body supported. Breath in, and maybe the right arm comes all the way behind and you look slowly towards the right side of your body as you're twisting through your waist and the root of your torso, and your hand reaches far behind your waist so you can rotate through your waist area. Shoulders are not moving forward. You're opening your heart, separating your clavicles, the collarbones, and your shoulder blades shift towards each other to look slowly over the right shoulder and arm. One last time. Can I feel the crown of the head? Extending my energy and then moving slowly as I exhale to really squeeze as if it's just ringing, and the body needs to be wrung sometimes from all the toxicity, and then come slowly your right arm out and up, slow motion, following your breath as your breath moves the right arm gently forward towards the ground. Beautiful breath in, holding onto your thighs, knees, shins, dip your jaw towards your throat. And maybe that invites for another option for your shoulders to roll forward, for your spine to round forward, completely not mandatory. Nothing in yoga is mandatory except breathing. When your body stops breathing, then we have to stop doing yoga, and your spine rounds and your jaw draws in. Find what happens. What happens, and what are the thoughts? What are the emotions? What are the ideas that come as your body moves? As we said before, we store emotions into our body. So can we allow those emotions to be recognized? Looking at them, what is the feeling? Is it a recognizable feeling as the body moves forward? When and if your body exhales, and feeling the gut air moving slowly towards the ground, pressing your hands into your legs, into the ground, and roll your head or torso, whichever was our position, back into center. Can I allow my right hand to be anchored when I exhale, grounding it? The left arm moves slowly forward and up towards the sky above the shoulder, if that's a possibility for my body, and I exhale, holding it. One more time, can I feel the length of that torso, whatever that might look like? And then left arm comes behind as I drop it, and as I move through my exhalation, touching the ground outside and behind the left hip, and I look over the left shoulder. My jaw is not lifted. I'm not looking up. I want to maintain the alignment in the back of my head through the cervical spine. So can I feel that my neck is long? By bringing my jaw into my throat, can I open my shoulders so my heart drives the movement and I process? This is processing through my body. I'm doing body work. Can I feel that is connection, that the movement is not just a movement, but is actually a holistic approach to health? Can I observe my last long deep breath into this position? That I allow my exhalation to ground my hips, my heels, my feet, and my left arm comes gently wide and tall and up towards the sky. And I allow my left arm to come very gently forward one more time. This time, I'm going to bring my knees off the ground slowly. If I use my hands to support that or not, allow my legs to come outside the yoga mat. It doesn't matter how wide. And I'm going to slowly reach in between my legs softly, not far. We're not warm enough to do anything other than just leaning gently forward and transferring the weight of your body into the palms of the hands. And your hands can walk at least shoulder distance from each other. That means it can be wider than your shoulders. And your torso starts leaning forward. It doesn't matter how far. And you hold on to the alignment of your body. Nothing else is important. It doesn't matter the degree of extension or how far, if your forehead comes and touches the floor right now or not, irrelevant. But are you twisting your legs, or are you holding your kneecaps and toes perpendicular? That means from ceiling to floor, and from floor to ceiling. Are they perpendicular? Are you over rotating the hip joints? Can you find your spine, your shoulders, your back slowly leaning forward? Is your jaw drawing in, and the crown of it extends? And one more time, feeling our body, hamstrings, back, whatever muscles are actually activated in your last long session. Give your time for the brain and the nervous system to connect, and let those muscle fibers stretch and lengthen, and breathe, and walk your hands back in towards the inner thighs and hip area, and sit upright, long and extended towards the sky. And very, very gently allowing the legs to slowly come softly forward. Allow your right knee to inhale towards the body, holding it behind the hamstring, kneecap to the sides of your thigh, and extending the right leg towards the sky. Breathing in and exhale. Shoulders are tend to shrug and come up, roll them down. Open your chest, clavicles. Engage your deflection. Is deflection coming from the thigh? Are your arms doing all the work? Or can you really start trusting your gut, your abdominal muscles, the entire abdominal girdle to really start connecting, that you're extending the spine, that you're still aligned with your neck and crown of the head, that your foot and your kneecap on the right side are perfectly aligned, not twisted? Can you activate your toes, or your toes are just floating without any activity? Can you bring the intention of your movement all the way towards the very tip of that foot, sole of your foot? Every toe count. Can you really bring awareness and mindfulness to the entire right leg and the health and the strength of that right leg? And the body exhales and releases slowly your right leg towards the ground, and you feel your body exhaling, allowing to sit up. And again, this is called staff or Dandasana position, that where your torso is perpendicular, your shoulders are exactly above the hips. Ideally, it doesn't mean that you have to, that the abdomen and lower back support the position of your vertebrae column, that my left and right shoulders are broad, and when my body finds my kneecaps and toes alignment, that I'm not just forgetting about all the parts of my body. I'm constantly monitoring. My left arm raises and extends towards the sky above the shoulder, with the palm of that left hand possibly looking towards the right side of the body. And my right hand slowly comes gently behind the hip and points the palm of the hand towards the left side of the body, and my thumb and index finger towards the yoga mat, and my pinky towards the sky. And maybe my right hand raises gently off the ground, and my left shoulder come taller towards the sky. And can I feel my body breathing in? One more time. What does it feel to find extremes or extension of the body in different directions, opposite sides? Where is my mind going? Can I let my attention focus into that position of every one of the fingers? And let the body exhale when you breathe out. Move arms back into central position, into Dandasana pose. Exhale, kindly flexing the left knee as you breathe out, and then inhaling, as you already know, hold your leg wherever it needs to be held, and then extend your leg without rolling your neck, without rolling your spine, maintaining as much alignment as possible, while my right leg still is perpendicular, resting on our yoga mat, and my toes on my left foot pointed up, flexed up. The entire foot flexes. My left knee never locked, never overextended, never in pain. Pain is the one thing we avoid in our yoga practice. So observe your body. Can you engage? Can you invest attention and energy into raising your heart and observing that your body is breathing? Again, that's what is the definition of aerobic movement, right? That you bring oxygen into your body, that you're exchanging air. So feel your body breathing and healthy and expanding. Exhale all the way through your spine. One more time. Allow the crown of the head to extend away from your tailbone. Let your last two breaths, that your jaw, your facial expression, your eyes, find that your last one deep breath feels your body fully into this pose. Connect, and then exhale Let your left leg by bending the knee or simply letting it gently down towards the ground. Exhale, allowing kindly to sit into Dandasana while your right arm slowly moves forward and up towards the sky and above the shoulder, and the palm of the hand looks towards the left, your pinky forward, your thumb back, your left arm slowly travels as you inhale behind the hips. Every movement is aligned with your breath as your thumb and index touch the ground on the left, your pinky points towards the sky, my toes and knees are aligned, and my left arm may raise off the ground. So what does it feel? Without twisting my torso, can I simply extend my left arm behind and contract the muscles behind the arms? As we already know, the elbow and shoulder muscles, there are three of those that are really important, which are your tricep muscles. Can you connect to them? Can you feel your shoulder muscles? Can you feel your muscles around your chest? Can you feel your waist muscles supporting and raising your torso a bit taller? Are you stopping from breathing? Are you still in that rhythm of exhalation? Oxygenate your body and inhalation through your nose. Let your last two breaths. Can you observe the rhythm of your body? Exhaling all the way through one more time. Feel your body inhaling deeply. And as you exhale, let your arms and elbows slowly soften. So, what does it feel like to slowly soften your body? Can I allow one full exhalation, grounding myself into Dandasana, flexing the knees as I inhale, allowing both hands one more time into the legs, and let my toes and feet slowly raise towards the sky. And I feel my body just with extension of the legs. And my elbows are not tense, I'm not overextending or locking my body soft and create less intensity and more attention to alignment. Can I find my jaw, my neck, my spine? What is healthy for my body in this position? Can I let my body invest full attention? Breathe, toes, alignment of my knees. Can I pay attention to the abdomen, the shoulders, the neck? Where is it that my attention goes in my body when my last long inhalation happens? Breathe in. And then slowly flex. Flex your knees, cross your feet over your ankles, and roll your body gently in between your shins. And that's very challenging for some of us. So I use my hands to press behind my hips, and I roll over my shins if that's even possible, with my knees really wide. And stay with my feet crossed if that's even possible for my body. Exhale all the way through. Otherwise, simply bring your legs around your hips, and that's perfectly okay to come on hands and knees that way. Inhale slowly. When my body is ready, I am going to allow my elbows to slowly come towards the floor, allowing the forearms to come slowly towards each other. So that means my hands are going to rotate towards the opposite elbows, and I'm going to rest slowly, my head gently towards the ground, while my knees are wide, my feet are crossed over the ankles. It doesn't matter which foot first, and my abdomen is slowly tucking in. I'm going to rest my head towards the back of my hands and wrists while the center of my back raises towards the sky. And I feel my body arching up the center of my back towards the sky. And so, what are the muscles that raise the spine? Can I open the shoulders? Can I tuck in the chin? Can I really use the core? One more time, breathe into the spine. Exhale all the way as your abdomen flexes. Inhale, broaden your shoulders, broaden your back muscles, feel them moving, and exhale, breathe out through your gut. Squeeze that belly button area. One more time. Inhale, raising the center of the spine by tucking the chin in, and then exhale, this time dropping the torso, lowering the back, pushing the body into the seat of your pants as if you're just about to tear those pants, and let your chest slowly move forward, and let your head not raise up because it's pushing the position. Is simply your head lengthening in the direction that your chest is guiding it. So that means that breastbone and the sternum lifts off the ground, and your hands and forearms are pressing softly towards the floor, and you're moving your chest farther forward and higher off the ground as your body allows it. And your hips are raising a little bit taller, your abdomen is a little bit higher, and you can feel not the neck. Breathing in, extension of the spine, and your abdomen contracts. One more time. Again, paying attention to your body. Where is that my mind is going? Am I paying attention to my breath? And I exhale to squeeze last long stretch. Can you feel the muscles of the glutes, the hips, the thighs? And now in the body to exhale and release slowly. Round your head one more time. Curl your spine again like a cat, raising it towards the sky as your jaw draws in towards your chest and throat. Exhale, come up, inhaling, opposite direction, tailbone, chest, raise opposite towards each other. And then your abdomen flexes one more time, breathing in long, long, long. And then round your spine, exhale, single breath, exhale, exhale, all the way, range of movement, come up, inhale, arch in the opposite direction, raising tailbone and crown, and then exhale, curl in cat pose or modified cat pose, last long inhalation, cow pose, breath in, inhale deeply, and then exhale, release slowly, gently towards the ground, balance position, hands come right where the elbows were, extend your elbows from the ground, uncross your legs, maintain your knees slowly aligned under your hips. Breathe kindly on hands and knees while your neck and shoulders are not tense but squared, that you're not pushing, you're staying stable, that your abdomen holds that arch of the back. Your right knee stays firm into the ground, your left leg presses back, and you can feel that the left leg lengthens as far behind as possible. And you're going to rotate by lifting the left hip, by pressing the left heel to the ground, that your right hand is not directly under the right shoulder, but is slightly in front of that right shoulder and to the right of that right shoulder to give you balance, to feel that your body is sustained, that your left arch, the arch of your left foot and the left heel are settled into the ground, and you open the hips and your left arm slowly opens towards the sky if that's even possible, and then slightly behind the shoulders if you're just really opening and stretching, not because you're pushing, you're extending. So press your left heel to the ground, open the hip flexors, open the chest, your head looks towards the ground, towards the chest, towards your left thumb. If the arm opens, not because of the shoulder, but it's because of the extension through your chest, and your abdomen flexes one last feel full exhalation behind you, and raise the left arm towards the sky without losing balance. Pressing that left heel, take that left arm gently towards the ground and cross it gently under the chest between the right knee and the right arm, as if your fingernails of that left hand come and outside the body. And that means touching the ground or off the ground. Find what's possible and look slowly in the direction of your left arm. Can you flex? Can you twist into this pose? Hug. Again, we're wringing the body, right? It's like you're wringing the towel, just squeezing all those layers of things that we have stored inside of us. I'm not just talking about the physical toxins that we all very much know about, but about all the emotional, environmental, all the news that we hear, all the things that are influencing our lives sometimes without us paying attention or being aware of those. Can you wring those out? Surrender them. And then inhale, open your body one last time. Exhale, feel that your body squeezes and twists through your obliques, and then raise slowly the left arm all tall and long towards the sky one last time, and behind the shoulder as you exhale to really open the chest, to really stay with your heart open. Last long deep breath into this position. Squeeze your glutes. And then release that left hand, let it gently touch the floor, allow the palms of hands to stay under the shoulders while your left knee retracts, your knees stay on the ground. Allow your toenails to stay on the floor, your hands walk towards your knees, towards your thighs, rounding your back, and then slowly raising, walking your hands up your thighs, up your hips, slowly raising your arms towards the ceiling while the palms of hands stay gently facing each other, and you squeeze the glutes. And maybe for some of us, that's enough. And maybe the pinky toes become more active, and that's perfectly okay to stretch the soles of your foot. So you're not twisting, you're avoiding turning those ankles, and you feel that the top of your foot extends through the pinky, through your big toe, that your glute muscles activate. Maybe for some of us, the head looks slowly behind the arms, and maybe the arms come slightly behind the shoulders, not because you're pinching. It's not about arching, it's about lengthening the front of your body. That means we're opening the underarms, you're opening the chest muscles, you're opening the entire thoracic cavity to breathe deeply. And let the abdomen also expand and broaden. Can you feel the pelvic floor, the hip flexors? One more time, engage those glute muscles that usually we just sit on them and never utilize them. Last long deep breath in. As your body exhales, feel your own extension using your toes and raising up towards the sky. Forward, down towards the ground, letting your hands under the shoulders, your fingers to be aligned, never on the heel of the hands, but squeezing the fingers enough that you can feel that you're The root of the fingers are the ones holding rather than the heel of the hand on the ground. And so the left arm opens in front and to the left of the shoulder. The left knee stays on the ground this time. The right foot travels behind as far as it's going to get. And you're going to feel the left arm again balancing or helping balance because it's slightly behind the line of your body, while the right arch, the right heel stays on the floor. Your right hand gently and softly comes into your waist, or maybe all the way towards the sky, and you feel the palm of the hand opening, and you exhale, squeeze and open. And maybe your right arm comes slightly behind the shoulder. Doesn't mean that you have to. And if I ever touch you in class, is don't feel that it's a correction, but it's a support, a touch of support for your body. Maybe there's something that is there that needs to be just shifted a little bit longer. Can you find your tummy, that you're not just hanging without paying attention to all those parts? The core of your body is highly important. Can you let your last full breath, squeezing the glutes against the sacrum, inhaling, raising their arm, and moving it gently across, finding it gently come through the body, under the torso, between left leg and arm, and reaching with the fingernails towards the ground, towards the yoga mat, or just simply outside. And your jaw almost hides to almost with curiosity look towards the space underneath that left arm, and breathing in and exhale. It doesn't matter how far, how it looks. It doesn't matter what the expectation of your body feels. Feel that your body moves. And that's the entire intention, that your body breathes, that you're moving through your body, that you're paying attention. It's not a quick, a swift, a forceful movement. It's an intentional, active, again, maintaining the tenacity of those muscle fibers, that you engage your body, that you're breathing into it, that your body exhales and moves kindly all the way through. In your last long inhalation, can you feel the body opening those rib cage muscles as you inhale? And as you exhale, you contract the belly, the entire abdominal cavity, jaw, and then bring your right hand slowly up towards the sky one last time to just finish the position by opening the chest and exhaling. Deep, deep breath. Your body finds balance. Feel the left arm and shoulders open, the hips, squeeze the glutes. Let your last breath in to really extend your heart. And then drop slowly your right hand, kindly and softly shifting towards the ground. Settle palms, hands into the floor, allowing your knees to be about hip distance, your toenails and feet into the ground. Your hands walk slowly towards your knees, towards your thighs, rounding your spine into kneeling position. Exhale, squeezing the glutes. So the glutes, by the moment they squeeze, that have an antagonistic effect, an opposite effect onto the hip flexors, the muscles that flex the abdomen to your thighs. And so let them open. And maybe the arms come now ready to come towards the sky. Maybe this time the hands slowly reach for each other and you can cross fingers except the index. The index remains tall and long as a steeple. And you can really imagine yourself like a church steeple, like again, a mosque, a very sacred temple. The body is a temple for the spirit. And you find that extension coming, reaching towards the sky, or maybe slightly behind your shoulders, while your head and torso opens the front. And you can feel not only the thighs and the hip flexors, the tummy, the rib cage, the underarms, the throat area. And you feel that your spine lengthens. One more time. Can you engage your thighs, glute muscles? Breathe into them. Are you forcing? Is your jaw? What are you thinking about this moment? When your last long exhalation empties all the way through, come up in your own intensity towards the sky, and let your hands very, very gently come towards the ground. And you can press softly your root of the fingers towards the ground by flexing the tip of the fingers into the yoga mat. So as if you're just squeezing or grasping a big chunk of the yoga mat, so you're not putting pressure on the wrists. And as much as your body's comfortable, flex the toes under the heels. And we're going to very, very gently raise the knees. And then bring the abdomen with your knees very much flexed and your feet closer rather than wider. Let your body slowly bring the abdomen and rib cage as if you're about to rest. That rib cage area towards your thighs, while your heels come very tall off the ground, and your hips, by simply flexing the front of your body, you're going to Raise the tailbone, raise the glutes. Your head looks towards the space between your toes, between your knees, between your belly or in the belly button area. When your body exhales slowly. One more time, breathing in. Exhale all the way through. Feel your body again flexing through the front of your body just to add movement. When your body's ready, exhale and slowly drop the knees. Let your body settle towards the ground. Inhale softly. Flex your knees so your hips come towards your heels if that's even possible, and your forearms are going to slowly rest into the ground while the palms of the hands are facing up towards the sky. Can you feel how far are your elbows from each other, how far your shoulders are from each other? And let your arms and fingers slowly widen. Deep breath, especially your thumbs away from each other. Is your neck raised or is your neck slowly drawn in, your jaw coming towards your throat? Can you press into your glutes, into your tailbone, and you breathe in, opening the back muscles. One more time. Observe the body breathing. Exhale all the way through. And when and if your body's ready, can you exhale kindly through this pose and bring your hands gently to turn towards the yoga mat, to raise the elbows, to walk your hips off your heels, to walk your hands towards the top of your yoga mat and feel that your palms and hands are just about shoulder distance. And maybe your knees start moving just slightly behind. So you're transferring the weight of your body forward. And you're going to allow the legs to extend, to rest your thighs, to rest your hips, to rest your belly, to rest your chest and chin towards the ground while the elbows are just behind the shoulders, closer towards the rib cage, and your chin and forehead are placed into the ground, whichever is most comfortable. Are your legs slowly settled into this position? Can you feel your neck and spine? Are your shoulder blades able to hold the space for your cervical spine? Are your shoulder blades able to hug that space in your upper vertebrae column? Can you find your body exhaling? And maybe that's all we need to do is by flexing the right knee and the right toes point towards the sky, and you breathe in and your body exhales, and you can feel it. Are your hips racing? Or can you simply flex, point in the toes, flexing the entire right foot, whichever is comfortable for your body, and your body, or are your muscles in your body aligned? Is your left leg steady? Can you find, again, one more time, slow motion, not raising the hips. If I were to place my hand on your lower back and press you down so your upper thigh comes to the ground, can I raise my left leg off the ground lightly, a little bit of the floor, as if I were to press away from the hips, and my toes, my shin, my knee, my thigh press away from the pelvic area, elbows, shoulders, head aligned. One more time, find your balance. Move the left leg far behind. Last long deep breath in. Drop the left leg from the hip, from the thigh, knee, shin, toes, foot. Relax the right leg. Exhale. Slowly soften. Bring your elbows forward. Let your forearms on the ground. The palms, hands come closer towards each other, and your elbows will rest under the shoulders, creating an extension of the head off the ground. Your chest comes a little bit off the floor, and let your forearms support you. Not just the elbows, it's not the shoulders lifted, is your entire forearms to the ground. And can I feel how that opens the chest, as if my forearms and elbows create traction, and I bring my rib cage and torso farther away from the waist, and my chest lifts away from the torso. And again, intensity is completely yours. How far, how much, how deep is absolutely yours. Are your toenails touching the ground? Can you feel your jaw soften and close your throat, close your chest as your vertebrae column lengthens? Can I squeeze my glute muscles to hold the hips, to raise the belly button area if my belly button area is able to come farther away from the ground? And I look slowly towards my jaw, look slowly towards my nose, look slowly towards my chest, towards my belly button area, and I squeeze my glute muscles. One more time, raising my chest a little bit deeper if I want to add intensity, pressing through your forearms if I want to add intensity. Let my last long exhalation, can I feel my abdomen breathing? Inhale, and then drop slowly your abdomen, rib cage closes to the ground, soften your hands and head, and allow the arms to slide. One more time, very, very close to your rib cage, or very close to your shoulders, I should say, while the forearms and elbows are on the floor. So you're touching slowly to the ground between the space of your wrists and elbows without over flexing, because that will prevent blood from flowing. So find where is it that your arms are most comfortable. The closer towards the sides of your ribs, the better. Can I find my right leg long while my left leg then now flexes? And I breathe in, allowing my body to exhale slowly, and then inhaling. I'm going to drop first that left leg first before we come into Bhujangasana. So low, slow, gently release to the ground. One more time. We're on the elbows and we raise in this position, or we stay here? We stay here. Okay, never mind. So let your left leg inhaling. One day you're going to be this old and forget what you have done in your life. Find your flexing of that left knee. Toes and heels slowly come towards the glute, and then exhale. Lengthen your body as if your left leg is really flexing through the back without raising your hips. Can you find, again, if I were to press those hips from the top, can you feel that your hip flexor, the upper thigh, come closer towards the ground and your hips are not retracted, and your belly and your chest move forward as if you're just creating traction through your hands or forearms away from the waist, and your right leg maybe is able to raise a little bit of the ground. And so what does it feel like to have that balance between right and left side? Is your right leg active? Can you feel your toes, your heel, every part of your body active, and you raise slowly farther away? More than height is less important, right? Is that you're lengthening that right hip, and you feel that you're counterbalancing your body. You're really finding movements that allow your body to be balanced. We focus on one side first, now we're focusing on the other. Can you observe your body one more time to breathe in, to exhale in your last long deep breath? Support the extension of that right leg from the root, from the glute area, and then release your thigh, your knee, your shin, your toes. Settle your left leg, soften your body. Breathe in. Observe your back. Can you allow your toes this time to flex under your heels? So your toes are flexed under your feet. Let your hands slowly slide forward, and allow your arms and forearms to slowly be placed in front of your body. That causes your head and chest to slowly raise up, and you adjust the distance. Most likely your elbows very much about the space under your shoulders. Your elbows should be able to maintain and support your torso tall. Are my feet rolling away from each other or staying aligned? Can I find my glutes? Can I raise my body? Can I feel my forearms really supportive that I'm not balancing on one side more than the other? Can I feel my toes tuck enough that I can feel that they grasp to the ground? And maybe for some of us, the heels press away and my thighs raise, my knees raise off the ground, and I can feel my glutes. So raising gently the kneecaps off the yoga mat. Breath in slowly. So what happens to my head? What happens to my neck? What happens to the muscles of my back? Is my tailbone area supported by the glutes? Am I hugging the back area? Are my shoulder blades slowly shifting towards each other? Are my chest traveling forward so I extend the belly off the ground? One more time, breathing. Can you work slowly, deeply into that spine, into the muscles, support your back area? One more time. Can you activate those glute muscles? Make them really strong. Squeeze them as you raise your thighs a little bit higher and your heels farther behind. Last long deep breath. Exhale all the way through. Inhale deeply. And then your thighs and knees and feet, exhale and touch the floor. Beautiful. Allow your elbows to open wide, hand over hand, so the palms of hands are facing the ground and the forehead touches directly over the back of the hands. This is known as crocodile pose. I'm not sure exactly why, but it's a crocodile pose that we rest the shoulders and the heels roll away from each other, and I can feel the extension of my muscles that we were just activating. So what are the muscles that you were activating? Can you exhale kindly into this pose one more time, breathing the expansion of my torso? So what is it? Do I feel it different than the beginning of the class? Do I feel my abdomen and my rib cage more aware? Or do I feel it just that my shoulders play an important role when I breathe, that my ribs play an important role when I breathe? Can I find the rhythm of my breath that empties from the gut, from the base or bottom lobes of my lungs? When my body is ready, exhale all the way through, and then kindly head rests on the back of the hands. Shoulders are not shrugged, And then I raise my elbows and forearms, carry my head with it, parallel of the ground. And I feel my toes and my feet slowly come off the ground, my knees, my thighs, and I find my body not so much high, but long. Of course, height is going to add intensity. The closer your feet are towards each other, they're going more intensity towards your inner thighs, glutes, lower back, lumbar spine. It's not about your chin being pulled away. Make sure that your jaw is drawn in and your body floats. One more time, can I find those glutes, back muscles hugging the upper body, deep breath, shoulders, very important. Let your last inhalation. Now, the longer you stay, the more you feel your muscles are starting to activate. As I exhale, I release slowly, dropping, softening, exhaling. One more time, breathe into this pose. Exhale all the way through. Beautiful. When and if the effects of these positions that are back arches are really important about the nervous system. The autonomous nervous system, which is an old term for the nervous system that is the one that activates things that are automatic in our body, though that nervous system is always active, right? It's always thinking about your digestion, it's always thinking about your body temperature, it's always thinking about all those levels of electrolytes in your bloodstream. This makes it or allows it by activating those nervous systems to become into homeostasis, into just balance. So observe that your body breathes, and there's a sense of calm that comes many times with that. Can I allow my hands to separate, to bring the arms next to my hips with a pinky facing up towards the sky and your thumb next to your glutes on the sides towards the ground, the palms hands facing each other, your legs again, at the closer they are towards each other, the more intensive position. Raise your toes, raise your knees, raise your thighs, raise your chest, not your chin. Your chin is not looking up, the crown of it is pressing away. And then hug your arms, squeeze the shoulder blades to each other. Imagine I'm going to place my finger in between your shoulder blades and it's being hugged by just the movement of the arms and triceps into your back area, and lengthen the neck. And so how does it feel to lift your thighs a little bit deeper? Are you breathing? Are you still breathing? Or are you still in labored breath? Less is more. One more time, activate, really make your body benefit from the oxygenation, from that very aerobic, purposeful movement. Let your body strengthen. And so find that the core, at the root of those muscles, is what actually activates when time happens in a position, an isometric contraction of those muscles. One more time, breathing in deeply, engage in those muscles, and let the body exhale and release. Again, slowly soften, relax. Place one cheekbone, whichever you prefer, into the ground, and let that right or left ear or cheekbone soften deeper. Relax the elbows, soften your back, roll your heels. Do not hold into position. Soften your hands. We do so much work leaning forward. We do so much work on the computer, driving, sitting. Many times we forget the opposite movement of the spine and how healthy it is to feel the back, long and active and strong. Breathe into it. Be grateful for that movement of your body. When and if your body's ready, can you let the exhalation, the emptying all the way through? Observe what happens in your inhalation. What is your intention? Can you remind yourself one more time of the intention of your breath? As the body exhales, slowly soften and flex your toes. Bring your hands back right under the shoulders and chest. Head returns softly to neutral position or facing towards the ground. And we, of course, are going to press lightly with your hands into the floor, raising your chest, raising your abdomen, raising your thighs, coming on hands and knees, and feel your body balanced. Exhale all the way through. One more time. Left knee into the ground, right hand onto the floor. The right leg travels behind, raise it about hip height. The left hand travels wide onto the ground or maybe directly forward, and extend it gently away from your body. And find one more time that your body's activating both sides, right? The right leg and the left arm. And that's so helpful for your brain, for your nervous system to have that cross interaction, to keep balance, to find that your body is not just single focus, but you are activating both sides, that your abdomen supportive, that your arm extends far away from the shoulder. The pinky and the thumb are just parallel towards the wall, while the palm of the hand is facing gently towards the right side of your body when your body's ready. One more time, breathing in. Allow the exhalation to slowly soften the right knee, the left hand, and immediately switch. Let your left leg and your right arm come in the opposite direction. How wide do they need to be? If they are too close to each other towards the line of the center of your body, you're going to lose balance. So find that your left hand is as wide as it needs to be, and your right and left leg, or your right leg is on the ground, and your left leg extends wide behind your toes, foot, heel, calf, thighs. Right arm extends forward, and can you add intensity? What does it feel like to raise the arm farther away? And what are the muscles that hold that extension? Is your elbow, is your neck? Are you paying attention outwardly or inwardly? It doesn't matter. Take as many breaks as you need to. Do not, right, have to do anything more than your body allows it. This is your personal practice, your engagement to your body. When your last long session, can you squeeze, support, and then exhale, release, hand and left knee. Breathe in, flexing your toes, palms of hands into the ground. For some of us, this is as far as we're gonna go, stay right here. For some of us, the knees come off the ground and then the heels slowly shift gently forward. I'm sorry, the heels shift gently high off the ground, and you can feel your body into down dog position. Allow your body to then drop slowly, heels into the ground. So the palms of the hands are just pushing into the ground to transfer the weight of your body behind you, and your calves and your hamstrings extend, and your glutes push back, and your abdomen slowly narrows, and your chest barrel drops down as the crown of it comes towards the floor. Those are just general directions. Doesn't mean that you have to, that there's not a wrong way of doing or approaching the position, or as many breaths it takes you to stay and sustain into a position is your practice. I can not emphasize that more, many more times. And can you really believe that? Can you really engage your index and thumb? Can you really support your body? Close your eyes and deeply inhale and deeply exhale. Last long deep breath in. As your body exhales all the way through, slowly walk your feet forward towards your hands, very, very gently. See if your body comes slowly bent forward. Allow your feet to be as close as comfortable as your thighs or inner thighs allow it, while your toes are closer than your heels. So your toes are closer, big toes are closer towards each other than the heels are towards each other. So let your hands on your thighs, on your hips, maybe your knees, maybe below that on your shins and ankles or toes, or maybe all the way towards the ground. And your body rounds and slowly softens forward. And your body exhales, never forcing. So what does it mean now that we have been working with that flexion, that contraction of the back, of the front? What does it mean to fold forward? And how are the muscles of your back really into this position? Are you looking down towards the yoga mat, or are you looking towards the ankles, towards your knees, towards your belly, towards your chest? So your neck always elongates. And when the body's ready, maybe your hands slowly come towards the opposite forearms, towards the opposite wrists, towards the opposite elbows, towards the opposite triceps, and your body, may God bless you, exhales towards the ground, and your jaw draws in, and you can feel your knees never locked. Doesn't mean that your knees have to be overstretched. Lengthen your legs without having to force or lock the body. Just even the idea of locking something means that you're closing to the flow of energy of your body. So open, observe, embrace. Are we being kind and graceful, and again embracing of every aspect of our body? Sometimes we may become our worst enemies and the worst critics. Can I allow myself to just bow and surrender forward all the thoughts, all the ideas, when my body exhales, all the way through, bending my knees as I inhale, just slowly bending the knees. Hands come on the sides of the knees. So I'm going to press with my palms and hands gently outside my kneecaps while my elbows are perpendicular to my legs. That means the elbows are looking to the right and the left side of my body, and my knees are never passing the line of my toes. If I'm too bent forward, then I'm overstretching or overworking those knees. Can I let my torso and head just drop forward as I push into my glutes, and my knees are not wider than my feet, aligning my inner thighs. So I'm not twisting, I'm not overburdening any joint. I'm trying to balance my body. And again, this is body work. It's through the body that we get to find what balance, or we get to redefine what balance is in ourselves. When the body exhales and your back and your shoulders are long and your neck is long, can you find your last exhalation to this pose? Deep breath in. Exhale all the way through. Press with your hands onto the thighs and round slowly your body into standing position. Slow motion, upright, deep breath, standing. Inhale, exhale all the way through. So, what does it feel to redistribute the weight of your body from the heels to the base of your toes? Can you reopen the body? So, what does it feel for your glutes, for your back muscles that you've been working with, your hips that you've been working with, that your chest, your shoulders, your clavicles open and you can find yourself taller, wider, broader, leaner into this position? Observe and visualize exactly where your body needs to be. And observe again, attention to your breathing. Are you breathing out? Engaging your core, your abdominal muscles, your diaphragm, breathing in, pressing your heels. Can your left foot be steady to the ground while your right hand and left arm come wide outside your shoulders, allowing the palms of hands to slowly come right as you bend the elbows in front of your heart center. Exhaling, fingers, palms and hands together, breathing in. Can I allow my body to stay steady on that left leg? And my right leg steps one step to the right. Exhale, make sure that you're breathing out, and then one step back through the tip of the big toe of the right foot. Are my eyes needing to be open to maintain balance? Is my body weight distributed evenly on that left leg? While my right glute and thigh are contracted, and I feel my chest, my belly, and my shoulders broaden, and maybe my right toes come off the ground. I can feel my body just balancing on my left leg. Deep breath. Can I raise my chest a little bit higher? Can I slowly engage and strengthen that core, engaging the right glutes? Nothing is mandatory, as we said, allowing your body except breathing. Inhale and exhale all the way through. Beautiful. Can you find, again, softness into the position? That your body exhales, last long deep breath in, and your right leg comes all the way forward. Bring your arms forward and up towards the sky. Inhale, tall, tall, tall. And then fold forward, bend forward as your body comes and touches the thighs, maybe the knees, maybe the shins, maybe the ankles, maybe the toes, maybe the ground, and your body exhales. Maybe your hands come towards your wrists, towards your forearms, towards your elbows, towards your triceps, and your head sinks to really surrender. So, what does it feel to move? To really move the body, to really flex in parts that sometimes resist flexion, and expand parts that sometimes resist extension. So, how does it feel to move deeper into your muscles, deeper into those organs that need massaging? That your breath comes deeper into those parts that need attention. And where is that I am right now in my thinking? Am I really guiding myself? Am I really connecting deeper to my body as my body exhales? Last long, deep breath out. Again, from the gut area. Hands come towards your knees, towards your thighs. This time, by flexing knees, you're going to stay straight, lift the torso, raise it at your own rhythm, not faster, not slower, until your body comes all the way into upright position, bringing the arms wide and up towards Hastasana position until the palms and hands touch and the elbows bend and the palms and hands come in front of your heart center with your thumbs right next to your sternum, finding your heart. Is my weight even on the right foot? Not just the toes, not just the outside or not just the inside of the foot. Can I find my right foot steady? And my left leg bends the heel off the ground and steps out wide to the left side of my body. And this is enough. Is that too much for my body? I come back and I bring my leg next to the right one. Can I step back through my left leg so I can feel the big toe just barely touching the ground and then experiment? How does that feel to find my balance? Do I need to open my eyes? Do I keep my eyes open or closed? Can I find my belly, my chest raising, and maybe my left leg comes off the ground? And I find my body tall. Not I'm not sitting on that right hip. I'm trying to engage the muscles that raise from the inner thigh and the outer thigh of that right hip. Inhale and exhale slowly. Shoulders. Am I tensing? Am I grinding my teeth? Am I frowning? Am I stopping from breathing? Can I feel my body balanced? Last 2 times. Can I really strengthen that right leg? Very nice. Mixing milk and alcohol in the morning is not a good thing. One last long deep breath in, exhale and release that left leg. I'm going to start breathalyzing some people when they come in. Inhale, slowly reach up towards the sky and fold one more time, all the way gently forward. Elbows bend, swan diving, touch gently your legs. Open your toes a little bit wider, then open your heels a little bit wider, open your toes again and the heels again until your feet come towards the edges of your mat, until your body feels that you're able to bend forward with your legs separate and your hands come closer towards the floor. Your fingers may touch, your palms and hands may touch. The elbows may be long, or for some of us, the elbows may be bent, and your forearms come slowly closer towards the ground, and your head gently points the crown towards the floor while the tailbone raises. Or maybe sometimes the hands are able to come into the line between the arches of your feet. If you connect a line between the right and left foot, your hands may touch lightly into it. Maybe for some of us, the hands come inside the legs towards the ankles, towards the wrapping their fingers are inside the calves or inside the inner thighs while the elbows bend and your torso leans forward and down towards the ground. And you can feel the flexion and the extension on the backs of your body. And so, what does it feel like to breathe, to invert the body standing constantly? And there, according to the yoga philosophy, the energy of your body is being drained down, right, with gravity force. In any inversion that we're doing, we're alleviating that pressure that gravity does, that pulling those organs down from the torso in particular, in this case, and then inverting that. So gives them a rest. Thus, they're called, a whole series of inversions are called rejuvenation or rejuvenating postures, to feel that your body is giving a rest against gravity to those positions, including an increased blood flow to your head. Find your last 2 breaths. So, what is it that your breath looks like right now? When your final inhalation, release hands and fingers towards the ground, touch the floor, bring your knees to bend, bring your heels in, place one knee to the floor, the opposite knee to the floor, on hands and knees, cross feet over your ankles, if you remember how that felt before, and then slowly move your hips as if you're just about to sit towards your calves or towards your heels, and your body slowly bends the elbows and your forehead comes one more time towards the ground, opening this back muscles, the glute muscles, the hips. It doesn't matter what it's looking. It doesn't mean that you touch the ground. It doesn't mean that there's a goal here that the standard is. There's absolutely no standard. Your body is exactly doing what it needs to be doing right now. Can you honor that? Can you respect that? Can you really be accepting and grateful for the range of movement, for the intensity your body is giving? When the body exhales all the way through, allow your body to inhale deepest and let the hands help you come a little bit higher on hands and knees. Allow your feet to uncross over your ankles and then bring your feet around towards one side of your yoga mat so you can roll over one or the other hip, and then slowly bring your legs forward and feel that your body stretches gently into Dandasana. You already know what Dandasana looks like and feels like for your body. And maybe your hands clasp hands together and your index points slowly forward in front of your body and towards the sky. And we sit tall observing one last few seconds, enjoying and supporting the extension of your body. So, what does it feel to change your posture? I'm not talking about just physical posture. So, what does it feel like to change your mental posture? Your, again, acceptance and perspective and intention for the body. Can I allow myself to lengthen tailbone deeper towards the yoga mat, your index highest towards the sky? When your last long deep breath comes, can I allow my elbows to exhale, my arms to come slowly down towards the sides of my legs and thighs? And I'm going to use my hands behind or to the sides of my hips to flex my knees a little bit. And then I'm going to transfer the weight of my body towards my back. That means my hands are going to hold my legs and help me not drop, but place slow motion, one breath at a time, the back into the floor. And that means I'm going to curl, sink my chest, dip my chin softly, separate my shoulders. So my abdomen is the one that is driving the release of my back into the floor from the root all the way towards my shoulders and head. And I rest. And I find that my body is able to extend and release pressure on the ground through my spine. And I realign my back. I feel that my tailbone is farther away. I feel that my head shifts farther away. So my jaw draws into my throat so I can press my chin in and extend the back of my neck. That I can allow my right knee to slowly flex a little bit and then bring it into my abdomen and chest. And I can feel my hands reaching towards my knee, my shin, pressing that thigh close to my tummy, and my fingers softly rest on the leg, on the knee, on the shin to press and activate deeper pressure into your abdominal cavity. And maybe that's as far as we're going to go, and that's perfectly okay. For some of us, the left heel, the one on the ground, is the one that is going to be the pivoting point. So you're not going to force anything about the foot. You're going to raise a little bit the left toes, and we're going to use the left hand to drop the left knee along with the right or flex leg across and over the abdomen towards the ground. So your body twists. And the moment your right shoulder wants to lift off the ground, that's where you stay. You don't have to raise the right shoulder blade and let your right hand touch the leg, the hip, the waist, the ground, open in opposite direction from the knees, and your right knee comes as close to the ground by help of the left arm if necessary and possible while your left knee is bent and your body slowly twists through your waist. Can you feel the adjustments? Again, those micro adjustments, those little tiny adjustments that your body wants to do. And are we listening to those micro adjustments? Do we understand what the body is telling you? This feels uncomfortable. Can I shift this right here? And so, are we able to listen to that? Can I breathe for a few seconds to feel what happens when my back and my hips, my thighs, and my neck and my head and my shoulders open? Two more times. Really listen to your breath. Observe the last full breath all the way through, kindly. Never rushing. Take your time. Allow your left hand to slowly help, if needed, the right or the left leg to come back softly into center pose. So let your body roll back, your hands to reach for that right knee to contract it into your abdomen, chest as we started the position. Exhale, breathe all the way out. Very nice. One more time. Inhale. and let your organs, your kidney and your liver on the right side of your body to really get this flush. You'll feel that change of temperature, and your left knee comes in, contracts, flexes over the abdomen, and then align your leg, your knee, your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, that your neck is not retracted, it's not tight, that your jaw draws in, that your right knee remains flexed, that your left foot prepares and slowly travels over the right thigh. And maybe your knee crosses over on the left side, crosses over all the way across towards the right side as you drop, while your toes travel and your heel remains on the right foot steady, and your body twists and your shoulders broaden until your left shoulder blade wants to come off the floor. And that's too much. And my left arm stays on my thigh or my knee or my hip. My left hand slowly stays on my waist, my ribs, or maybe opens all the way outside the body. And I feel my neck and my shoulders release. Can I find for a few seconds the benefit? Is there any benefit on this for my body? And I allowing myself to breathe and pay attention for a few seconds. So, what is the point of all this movement? What is the point of all this flexion and expansion? Right? The physical body is the instrument. We sometimes, may God bless you, allowing the physical body to be the focus of everything in our lives. And we get attached to the way and it feels or the way it looks. And we create just whole life changes around that. When simply the physical body is an instrument. We are not the body. We're not even the things that we do. There's a difference of finding who we are from what we do. Can I find that my breath allows room? Is there room inside of me? Can I exhale and understand what health really means? Can I find restfulness of mind, of heart, of rhythm, of energy? As my last exhalation empties all the way through, maybe my right hand prepares. Never rushing. It's not about going fast. Let your right hand to help. Maybe your right leg, your left knee to come back to center as you hold your left leg into your abdomen for a few seconds to adjust, to make sure your body balanced. One more time, came back exactly where you found it, breathing in and give an exhalation that releases. The breath out, as we know, surrenders weight and leg and aligns your body towards the ground, shoulders, hips, and maybe your body's able at this point to create extension on your legs, and your legs stretch out and you lengthen your body onto the ground. And your feet come towards the corners of your yoga mat, while the shoulders come towards the corners, the upper corners of the yoga mat, and your head moves away from your lower back, and your heels move away from your hips. And the arms are placed exactly where they need to be placed. And so, do we have still a little bit of attention to just rest, to let your body, it's called the corpse pose, and not because it's solid, cold, and unmovable, is because we adapt and move into the position as comfortable as it is, as wide the legs, as wide the arms, as flex the arms, as flex the legs as they need to be. With the head and the shoulders placed exactly where it most feels most comfortable and appropriate for the body. And then we search for stillness. What is the contribution of stillness? We're not wasting energy outwardly, that we're not putting energy externally, that we're allowing that energy to be redirected internally, not even through the organs, not just the muscles or the nervous system, but the strength and clarity and spiritual connection that comes by resting. Can I de-accelerate my mind? Can I trust a few seconds of my day to be of self-care and recovery? Can I engage my mind in thoughts that are joyful, that bring a true sense of love, not relationship, imperfect love, but the idea of perfect, selfless love. Very, very gently. 2 seconds. Spend with our physical body. Maybe the body is ready. Maybe the body is asleep. Maybe the fingers are able to slowly move, and the toes, and the hands, and the feet. And you can feel how the energy is as if we were all entering back into the physical body, as if our energy starts expanding. And you move it, you extend, you move your legs, you move your arms. Maybe your arms are able to stretch as if you were just waking up. Let your body stretch and lengthen and expand and reach as if you're just stretching in the morning and exhale. One more time. Can you press the heels possibly away from your body and flex the toes and see what it feels like to stretch from the lumbar spine, from the shoulder blades, from the back of your neck as your chin tucks in. And exhale, very nice. And let your body flex your knees. And may God bless you again. Boy, there's a lot of God blessing today. Your knees slowly roll towards the side of your body, and the body rolls over the shoulder, over the side of your body. Turn as if you're just turning into a baby on your side of your body. And in many ways, we are like babies right now. We're more clear, clean, more innocent, more open, and we can allow ourselves to just feel our hearts. Maybe the top hand presses in front of your torso and the top leg extends to just give you a little bit of leverage to raise the torso, curl very gently. Pause as many times as you need to, or your body tells you on your way up until your body comes into sitting pose as you started the yoga positions or the yoga practice. And you can feel your body in the most comfortable cross-legged position, extended, one leg crossed, the other one extended, both legs extended together or wide apart, whatever is most appropriate for your physical body. What have you learned about your body today? What have you re-encountered with your body today? What have you connected with through your practice? Can you find that you're sitting and not expecting to move forward, but just sitting into your pose? And so that gives a sense of our brain, of our mind to be grounded, that we start our day, our weekend in a way that is calm and not external, but internal, spiritual. And we can allow ourselves to open the arms and the hands to the sides of your body as we move and shift. So as the arms open, we can feel that we're opening our chest, and that simply allows the heart center. There is a center of energy called a chakra that rotates right around the heart center area in our subtle body. And so can we open that center, which is the center of love? And I allow my hands to open wide and feel that I'm expanding that energy around my body, and the hands touch and the elbows bend in such a way that my hands together come through the midline of my body towards my heart. And so this is also known as the prayer pose. And so, what is my personal prayer today? And can I identify how I'm presently in harmony, maybe a little bit more at peace, maybe more in close to what is my real truth? Not the other things layered on me, but who I really am inside. And most importantly, that my actions, my words, my thoughts can be closer to selfless, divine love. So much.